Hey guys, it's Aijalon Wallace. Today we're going to be talking about dating in the Dominican Republic. As you guys know, I went to Santo Domingo last month and got my thing going. All right. No, it's really good. I actually went over to the Dominican Republic because I was thinking about relocating over there. And I'm going to make a separate video about that, but I thought I'll talk to you about what it was like dating. So before I went over, I think I paid for like Passport Tinder and started matching with a few beautiful women. And then I used Badoo and OkCupid. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. Had a few dates, had some interesting stories to share with you guys. So I remember one person I dated, like very beautiful, natural, like no makeup, none of that, was just straight up naturally beautiful, hair down, all that. And I remember like our first date, she told her whole family about me. And I was like, that was a little strange, but that is like a pretty normal and cultural thing to do. It's also pretty normal for sometimes for you to meet a person's family as soon as possible as well. I felt like Dominican women were just often like dating with intentions, like intentions of getting married, intentions of being together, and they really didn't like the person I went out with, or the last few dates I went out on when I was in the Dominican Republic, they didn't really care about like all the name brands or nothing like that. Like I was plain Jane, t-shirt, shorts, and sandals. They really don't care about all those materialistic things that you have to have, or, and I love that as well. They didn't care about what kind of car I drove or nothing like that. They were just really more interested in me and getting to know me. I did use Google Translate a lot. So that was like a big struggle or a big challenge, as well. And that first date I had, it was pretty dope. I think we did a movie. I got a nice bottle of wine and we just chilled and talked, got to know each other. Then that same woman, she took me out on a date and she actually paid for everything. Like she paid for the Uber, she paid for dinner, she paid for the movies. We had a really great time and I loved her energy. She was just so like easygoing, all about going with the flow. And I always talk about this as well. Like dating in America it's just horrible, man. And it's crazy. Like if you guys look at a lot of like similar dating in like, Dominican or Australia or London, like other people's channels, we all say the same thing, how dating in America feels like an interview. Like it all comes back to like, if fellas, if we feel this way, it must be true. You know what I mean? It's always about status. It's very different. And the DR, it was just so cool going to vibe. Like, I just feel like in America, everything is like planned. Everything is like, oh no, I gotta be back home by 10. I gotta be in the bed by this. It don't matter if you gotta get up at 7 or 8 a.m. in the Dominican Republic. The women are just like, sure, let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Or let's go get some more eat. Or let's go here. Cool. Sure, we can grab another drink. Let's do it. Like, they're just so about enjoying life and embracing life. And I just love that energy. Dominican women are just beautiful, very honest, very blunt, very, very passionate. Like they will tell you how they feel and they will speak their mind, for sure. The Dominican women love, they love sex, like they do. Like America, I don't know, like they in the States, I always feel like, when you are dating someone or you're in a relationship with someone, it's always if you gotta constantly remind your partner or beg for it. And I didn't really have those problems when I was in the DR. Like Dominican women are very affectionate, and there's nothing wrong with loving or being proud or being confident of your sexuality or loving, to express yourself. But it just felt good, man. I did run into one situation where I went on one date and I had the woman, she actually came back to my place for the first date. So that's pretty common as well in the DR to talk about that. I know that a lot of American women do not go to guys' houses on the first date. It's very few, it's very rare. But, I had a date at the house with this lady. She was like maybe 45, I'm 30, I'm 31. She was beautiful though, really gorgeous, but like she only came over for like 2 hours. She was about to leave. And then she started like asking me, like, she started telling me like, oh, I gotta cook dinner tonight, but I don't have no money to feed my kids. She had like 4 or 5 kids. I'm like, damn, like, are you trying to like, and it's sad, it's sad to say this, but a lot of Americans go abroad, especially guys with like low self-esteem, they just go over there and just be giving out money or just be throwing money. So I think there's a stereotype that comes along with dating Americans when they do come over. And I was just like, no, I ain't about that life. And the thing about it, man, look, I understand it's a third world country and I understand people are not making that much money, but like, if you go hang with me, don't ask for money or like, that started like fucking with my self-esteem. Like, hey, like, man, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm sexy, but don't make me feel like I ain't sexy, you know what I mean? And just go with the flow, like catch a vibe. I'm a gentleman anyway, so I'm gonna always pay for dinner or, pay for things, but it just felt like, like I was just getting used. And this is like within the first 2 hours. This is not to say that all Dominican women are like that. Like, that's why I started off my story with my positive experience with the first girl. Now, the first girl was like, we were just always together. We was kicking it, but we really struggled with the language barrier. And I will like, if you are going over to the DR, like, just like start practicing your Spanish. Like, I think I use Penciler or I use Hello Talk, the lingo. I use another one called preply.com where you can actually get a tutor for like $5. It's important that you guys, just start trying and making an effort, because in the DR, they really do not like, it's not that many women that does speak English. So it will be a strong language barrier. I definitely was using Google Translate a lot. I'm happy I got 2 phones, but I was often using like Google Translate as well. I loved it, man. I love the DR. I love Dominican women. Definitely could see myself dating Dominican women. I love the natural beauty, just the confidence within themselves as well. Also, it's just like too hot to be wearing a shit ton of makeup on your face in the DR. It's so hot, but the women are just so confident, and it's like you see what you get, But and I just love that. I love that. I'm more attracted to women that I can wake up to, who are gonna look the same from the very next day. So I'm more about natural beauty at the end of the day. But I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about Dominican women. They're very easygoing. Even while walking around the malls and stuff like that, I was pulling numbers. It was very easy. Like I was at a restaurant. My waitress, she was really attractive. I was like, yo, what's your Instagram? Let's link up, boom, and just gave her my phone. She put it in there and we went on a date. It was that simple. So they're pretty easy to approach and talk to as well. With the women in the Dominican Republic, they're pretty easy going. And like I said, just good vibes, good energy, easy people to talk to. It's hard now, even with everything going on with COVID and everything, like it is hard to approach women these days. But it really wasn't like, it's still like, because culturally there's such an affectionate and physical culture when it comes to touch. It really wasn't that many barriers in regards to distance. Even my waitress, like when I go to restaurants, like they'll come up and touch me or talk to me, or it was just it was just still like, I guess, a culture thing. It's just a natural thing. I think man, like I loved it. I love dating Dominican women. My only fear, like, it's just like, I have reservations of like, I don't know if I would live in the Dominican forever, because it just doesn't seem as affordable as living in another third world country or something like that, just due to like healthcare, private schools, stuff like that. I don't know if Dominican Republic would be the place that I would raise a family, but I definitely could see myself dating a Dominican woman and getting her to move somewhere else with me. I don't think I could see myself actually starting a life over there, or with a Dominican woman. And that also was a big I guess like somewhat of a reservation or red flag for me. But Dominican women are really close to their family, and that's a hard thing, man. Like, even though like I'm like they take pretty much all of the boxes as far as love, affection, spontaneous, it may be hard to get a Dominican woman to leave the Dominican Republic. And I mean like leave, not just go somewhere for a day or two. But, most people who are watching this channel, or guys, you may be the breadwinner 9 times out of 10. It's very few and rare. There are Dominican women who are making good money and can probably take care of you, but it's very it's like it's rare to meet those women. You know, I guess that is something to think about. You know, we're getting serious with a Dominican woman that, you know, she may be hesitant to leave the DR because they're so, I mean, like really close to family, like really close. A lot of women that I were dating were like the breadwinners for the house. So they were like working 2-3 jobs. Some women, man, I was talking to them on Tinder for weeks. And when I got over there, I couldn't even meet them because they were working 6-7 days a week. So, you know, just brace yourself for situations like that, you know, as well. Also, just be mindful, like you will have women, you know, telling you, you know, I was on a couple of dates, just, oh man, I lost my job, or, you know, I didn't pay my bill yesterday, or this and that. And they're gonna be beautiful, gorgeous women who are telling you they're struggling, and you're, you know, a couple pays, you're gonna have money in your pocket, but just realize you're not the only person they're dating. You know, like you got to think, you met them on Tinder or Badoo, they're talking to 10 other foreigners or people and getting a bag from each one. They asking you for 1,000 pesos. They probably got 10, 20,000 pesos that day from other guys and stuff like that. So, you know, be wise, be protective, strap up, you know, wear condoms, and you know, but you will also, you know, just a situation like that, protect yourself. I'm not saying all Dominican women are gonna be like this. Most of the women that I went on dates with never asked me for money. I only had like that one, maybe one or two, maybe. But most of the women that I went on dates with, and I just read the energy of the conversation. So we would just be talking, laughing, getting to know each other. But most times when women would like immediately ask me for money within like the first hour of talking to me or ask me to send them money, I just deleted them. And it's best to just remove yourself from situations like that, because you don't want to get set up or robbed or stuff like that. You just don't know, you know what I mean? So protect yourself at all causes. But listen, Dominican Republic is the place to be. The women are beautiful. Dating is great over there. I have really no bad things to say. Like I said, they're family oriented. They love to cook. They're just spontaneous. They love to have a good time. So listen, if you are going to the DR, let me know. Comment below. Let me know the pros and cons of dating in the Dominican Republic. If you have, had, a relationship with a Dominican, I want to hear your thoughts. All right. If you love my channel, subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what else you want me to talk about. Looking forward to talking to you guys soon.